industry is a monster is akin to him. Because this industry is a monster.
Period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is.
Dave Chappelle has made some startling revelations that have sent shockwaves down the spine of most fans. These revelations began as a buzz in the grapevine, with many gossip blogs writing about them. However, none could confirm if these rumors were true until Dave Chappelle apparently waded into the fray. His comments appear to confirm what every entertainment pundit and gossip blog has been speculating for the past year. What did Dave Chappelle say? And how is it changing the dynamics in the entertainment industry? Stick with me as I give you all the lowdown on the latest developments in the music and movie industry.
Pop was like, first he was amping him to get style. Then he was like, when we gonna get the chance to,
The industry is a monster. Is akin to him. Because this industry is a monster.
Dave Chappelle is known for his wisecracks and intelligent comic routines. He's sold out so many shows and starred in a number of record-breaking Netflix specials so much that he's rated one of the GOATs of comedy. He's also known to expose some of the evils in the entertainment business, having spent over 3 decades entertaining several crowds across the country. He's rubbed shoulders with the biggest names in the history of sports, politics, entertainment, movies, and science. Thus, whenever he speaks, or in this case, reveals certain secrets in the entertainment industry, many people sit up and listen because he knows what he's talking about. Word on the street suggests that the comedy genius recently exposed an elaborate plan to delete 50 Cent and Katt Williams from the scene. Now, this isn't surprising to anyone given the tangent that the two men have been on in the past year. And who are the supposed culprits or perpetrators of this evil scheme? Jay Z and Diddy. According to unconfirmed reports, Dave Chappelle claimed that Jay Z appears to have scores to settle with 50 Cent for all the trolls he suffered at the hands of the G-Unit leader. He reportedly explained that Jay Z wasn't in the least amused by some of the things 50 had said about him on social media and is allegedly arranging to have him deleted. He continued that what probably could be holding the Empire State of Mind rapper back is because the feds could be on his tail. Thus, a wrong move on his end could land him in jail. However, he's purportedly still adamant about eliminating 50. He's just biding his time and waiting for the right opportunity to strike. The same could be said about Diddy. The gossip blogs indicate that the CEO of Bad Boy Entertainment has Katt Williams in his crosshairs, but is waiting for the opportune time to pull the trigger. According to Chapelle, Deep Throat sources claim Diddy is blaming all his current woes on the Friday After Next star following his massive expose on Club Shay Shay. Interestingly, many fans were of the opinion that Cassie's lawsuits triggered Diddy's woes, but apparently the music doesn't think so. He believes Katt's words on the show empowered other people to sue him, which eventually led to the raids on his 2 homes in Los Angeles and Miami. Now, this is interesting because Chapelle himself, on a few occasions, has decried the evil that goes on in the entertainment industry. He even had to take a hiatus from the industry and hide away in faraway South Africa. Of course, the normal narrative is that he wanted to take a break from all the noise in the industry and focus on building himself up. But the conspiracy theorists think otherwise. They believe that the stand-up comedy GOAT was tired of being controlled by the establishment in the industry. They point to Chappelle's own words when they make their point. According to the 50-year-old comedian, he took a break in the middle of his critically acclaimed comedy series, The Dave Chappelle Show, because he didn't like the direction it was taking. Though he didn't dive into the details, he claimed that the producers told him that the audience wasn't smart enough to understand what he was doing, but he always tried to convince them that the audience was smart. You know why my show is good? Because the network officials say you're not smart enough to get what I'm doing, and every day I fight for you. I tell them how smart you are. Turns out I was wrong. You people are He also claimed that the show was taking a direction that he didn't like, which was a major indication that though the show was named after Chappelle, he wasn't fully in charge. In fact, the network executives and producers were pulling the strings behind the scenes. And here's where it gets even more interesting. According to the theorists, after Chappelle had told the audience about what the network executives thought of them, a target was placed on his back. This explains why he had to leave the United States of America and fly halfway around the world to South Africa. Now, it wasn't as if the comedian announced his intentions Philippines to fly to Africa, but rather it was a journalist who ran into him there, suggesting that the comedian might have sneaked out of the country. So, given his experience with the establishment in the entertainment industry, it is only appropriate that he warns Cent and Katt Williams about the impending danger about to hit them. As we mentioned earlier, 50 has been on both Jay Z and Diddy's necks, even before raiding the homes of the CEO of Bad Boy Entertainment last month. The G-Unit leader is reportedly doing all in his power to bring down Jay Z, believing that he's complicit in all of Diddy's alleged crimes. Thus, he's seemingly compiling evidence that would nail Jay Z once he makes them public. Now, folks aren't surprised because these two have been industry rivals for decades, each fighting over the right to be crowned King of New York. Since then, the G-Unit boss has been throwing several shades at Jay Z, like last year when he insinuated that his arch-rival wouldn't be famous without his equally famous partner Beyonce. In an interview with XXL, 50 was asked how his relationship with Eminem has helped solidify his brand and reputation in the hip-hop game. Though the question had nothing to do with Jay Z, the Candy Shop rapper found a way of roping him in. If you look at the Jay Z career, you can say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive, 16, 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. And prior to that, 1. That comes in association. Even their kids have Grammys. They don't sing yet, they don't rap yet, and they already have Grammys and shit. It's like they give them this trophy to secure that they come to the award show. It meant so much to the culture that they just gave them the things. To me, I don't care about trophies. I said, I'll get the checks. 50 understands the power of association and said about himself that he probably wouldn't have been so commercially successful if he wasn't associated with Eminem, an artist with phenomenal sales inside and outside of the US. In the case of Jay Z, though, to say that his music accolades have been awarded to him only because of his wife's side is a mockery. However, we all know how reckless Fifth can be when he is in troll mode. Some fans even thought he deliberately reduced the number of Grammys Jay Z has won because a quick glance on the internet shows he's got 24. However, what is surprising and kinda leans into what 50 was trying to point out is that the young forever rapper is currently tied with his wife, Beyonce, for the most Grammy nominations, with both of them bagging 88 each. So, 50 might have a point there. Interestingly, he hasn't limited his mockery to only Jay Z, as his favorite subject appears to be Diddy. For example, 50 clowned Diddy when he was nominated for an award at this year's Grammy, the first time in 20 years. Posting a screenshot on Instagram of Hip Hop DX's report into the matter, 50 commented, "Wait, Puff, I think you should go. They not gonna give you no trophy, LMAO, get the F out of here." When Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy became public, he was forced to step down as chairman of Revolt, the TV network that he founded. Once again, the Indie Club rapper didn't spare his nemesis as he trolled him on X, formerly Twitter. In the post, 50 claimed that he was going to buy the Revolt network for peanuts, insinuating that the company had no value. "I'll buy that from you, Playboy, for the low because you know Cadillac and AT&T gonna pull out," Fifth joked. "I'll give you a few dollars for it now. Sell it to me, then we can be friends," blushing emoji. "I'm serious, call my phone." Even when Keith D, a man who's on trial for allegedly shooting Tupac, mentioned Diddy's name as the one who put a bounty on Pac's head, 50 didn't shy away from teasing the "I'll be missing you" rapper. During a recent tour in Europe, 50 said, "I hate it when they leave me to talk because I always say the wrong thing. Last time they left me, I said something about Puffy. You saw that clip? I gotta stop doing that kind of S." He then alleged that Diddy was the mastermind behind Tupac's demise, exposing the rapper for his apparent evil deeds. "I've been talking to a therapist to try to help me with the S I've been saying. It's some crazy shit on my mind. Maybe I said that shit about Puffy because he got Tupac." So, you see why Diddy would want him eliminated? Because 50 can't seem to stop talking about Diddy, doing his best to expose him for alleged crimes he has committed. Meanwhile, Diddy has vehemently denied having anything to do with Tupac's demise, insisting that he was innocent of the accusation. However, 50 and his fans would have none of that. In their eyes, the music mogul was guilty of deleting one of rap's most prominent figures and needed to pay for it. And while they waited for justice to be served, their idol 50 Cent continued to drag Diddy's name on social media. 50 once again clowned Diddy when the feds raided his apartment in March this year. He appeared elated at the sight of Homeland Security combing through Diddy's houses to gather evidence that they could use against him in court. He took to his favorite social media page X to share his message. Now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done. They don't come like that unless they got a case. 50 wrote with accompanying screenshots of the raid report and footage that appeared to show Diddy's sons Justin and King Combs being detained. The In Da Club rapper then added, "S just got real the feds in all the cribs, damn they got the kids in cuffs." Last year, 50 announced that he was producing a documentary on Diddy, focusing on all the SA allegations leveled against him over the years. He then promised to donate all the money he accrued from the documentary to charity. 50 didn't spare Jay Z either, as he teased the Encore rapper when news broke that Homeland Security had stormed Diddy's houses. He posted a parody edit of a missing persons poster on the back of a milk carton with an image of the Rock Nation president Jay Z. He then captioned it, "Anybody seen Jay LOL Puff said the man ain't answering his phone. LOL." He then made another post again with a picture of Jay Z in a suit and tie, with a caption that insinuated the rapper was trying to escape the feds. Now, given all these exposures and clowning, it is only natural for tension to build up between the two rap giants. Maybe there could be animosity between them as well, given the words they've exchanged in the past. But Jay trying to eliminate 50 is at an all-time low, with some fans believing that the Run This Town rapper wouldn't stoop so low to commit such a heinous crime. However, other fans have their interesting theories. They blame Jay Z for being the mastermind of Aaliyah's demise to propel Beyoncé's career. In other words, they believe the young forever rapper sacrificed Aaliyah to protect his wife's career. Thus, they wouldn't put it past him to sacrifice 50 either to promote his career or to push that of an upcoming artist. Whatever it is better for 50 Cent to take the necessary precautions to protect himself, for it is better to be careful than sorry. Curiously, Chapelle also named Katt Williams as the next person to be eliminated on Jay and Diddy's list. Williams' expose on Diddy in particular has been well documented, which could give Diddy cause to hunt him down. For instance, on his turn on Club Shay Shay, Katt Williams alleged that the music mogul offered him $50 million to sleep with him, but he turned it down. He explained that Diddy put immense pressure on him to accept his proposal, but he said no, just to protect his virgin hole.
Had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about.
I turned down $50 million 4 times just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about, right? Because P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no. What's interesting was that the topic of discussion wasn't even about Diddy. It was about Chappelle's turning down $50 million from Comedy Central, but Katt had to find a way of sneaking the embattled music mogul into the conversation. Interestingly, 50 had made similar allegations about Diddy in the past. In his narration, the CEO of Bad Boy Records offered to take him shopping, but he refused because he felt it was weird. "Why don't we go shopping or some things? I mean, I'll pay for it," Combs allegedly told 50 Cent. "He's telling me we gotta kick it," he then continued. "He says things. He doesn't even know things that he's saying are fruity. You know what I'm saying? He says something to Fabulous. No, but me and you, we ain't party. We need to party. What is you talking about?" That's the kind of stuff when people say it to me, I get a little uncomfortable. Then he concluded, "He said something to me one time, a long time ago. At Chris Lighty's wedding, he told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what did you just say?" During his final lap tour in Europe, 50 stopped in the middle of his performance to throw more shades against Diddy, and in doing so, he exposed Diddy's alleged freak-off parties. He accused the music mogul of being gay and trying to turn him into one, but he refused. "That's why I don't be going to them puffy parties," said the Many Men rapper. Did he hug you from the front and the back at the same time? If you talking about? Look, if you into that, you into that. I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this ain't my kind of party. It's uncomfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom when things like that is going on. At the time that 50 made these revelations, many fans thought it was just usual banter between two sworn enemies. Over the years, several gay allegations have been heaped on Diddy with little to no evidence. Moreover, no man had come out to accuse the music mogul of sleeping with him, so fans thought 50's words had no substance and that he just wanted to get under Diddy's skin. Well, not until Rodney Jones Jr. sued Diddy for SA, and did the world finally get a glimpse of what Diddy did with men behind closed doors. According to Rodney's suit, Diddy tried to sleep with him, and when he refused, the music mogul used several means to entice him. He promised him lots of money and an excellent music career, and when he wouldn't budge, Diddy tried to impress him by boasting that he had slept with some notable men in the entertainment industry. The names of the men in the lawsuit were redacted, except for Stevie J, but the footnotes at the bottom of the page gave fans a clue about who they were. One footnote read that the first man who allegedly gave his behind to Diddy for fame and fortune, hailed from and dated Nicki Minaj. Now, many rappers hail from Philly, but the only one who has dated the Anaconda rapper was Meek Mill. Thus, fans immediately assumed that the lawsuit was talking about Meek Mill and began to drag him on Twitter. However, the native shot back, denying all the allegations and claiming that he was straight and loved women. Many fans didn't buy that excuse as they dug old videos of Meek Mill and Diddy chilling at the poolside, with Diddy telling the Philly native he loved him.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
The other male celebrity whose name was redacted alongside Meek Mill is believed to be Usher. This is because the footnotes explain that the celebrity recently performed at the latest installation of the Super Bowl and also just celebrated a successful Las Vegas residency. Fans thought that Usher perfectly fit this description, given his history with Diddy. For decades, fans have long suspected that two celebrities were in a romantic relationship, which surprisingly, they haven't denied. So many people believe that there's some truth in the rumor. But Rodney's lawsuit doesn't end there. After Diddy tried to get into his boxers by boasting he slept with Usher and Meek Mill, the music mogul drugged him and attempted to sleep with him. Rodney alleged that he woke up with a streetwalker lying by him. He didn't know what happened between him and the lady, but he had an idea of what might have happened. He revealed that Diddy used to hold freak-off parties at his mansions, where he distributed many illicit among the patrons. Once they were high, the music mogul procured young women to pleasure the party attendees. While the attendees and the women were having a good time, the music mogul filmed them and later blackmailed them with the said videos. So Rodney thinks he might have been subjected to the same treatment. He also alleged that Diddy was part of a ring that sold women and mentioned Young Miami and Brendan Paul as his accomplices. On page 25 of the lawsuit obtained by our team, Rodney alleged that Diddy loved pink, which is a combination of ecstasy and cocaine and usually procured from Brendan Paul. He cited an event presumed to be the rehearsal for 2023's Something in the Water Music Festival in Virginia, where he had pink loaned to him all the way from Miami. Plaintiff and the Combs Rico Enterprise were rehearsing for Something in the Water Festival, SIS in Virginia, the court filing reads. Plaintiff Jones personally witnessed to see Mr. Combs do a few lines of coke in his dressing room. Defendant Sean Combs wanted Tucci, but Brendan forgot it, so defendant Christina Coram called Young Miami, who then brought it on the private jet from Miami. Now, given the allegations outlined in Rodney's lawsuit, it isn't far-fetched to assume that Diddy was the basis for last month's raids on Diddy's two homes. Now think of it. The feds claim that they stormed the music mogul's homes because they suspected he was into STHT and the illegal sale of weapons. This explains why Homeland Security went to his home armed to the teeth, because if you're raiding the home of a suspected then you better come prepared. It also explains why Diddy's boys were cuffed, because they could lay their hands on an automatic weapon and cause havoc on the premises. So it makes sense that Rodney's lawsuit is the instigator of the raids on Diddy's homes. And who predicted all these? Yes, you guessed right, Katt Williams. In his famous interview with Shannon Sharpe, Katt predicted that 2024 was a year of reckoning for all the big deviants in the entertainment industry. As if he knew what was going to happen a few months down the line, the comedian mentioned Diddy's name and Bishop T.D. Jakes as people who would suffer the consequences of their actions. Race is not where the line is drawn, Williams told Shannon Sharpe on his Club Shay Shay podcast. It's God's side and the other side, and we don't care nothing about the other side, period. All of these big D deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light. And here is where it gives all intriguing and spooky at the same time. The comedian claimed that he had been collecting information for the past 30 years, which explains how he was able to accurately predict Diddy's issues with Homeland Security. Because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets, Williams told the former NFL tight end. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing, somebody come to tell me. He claimed that he sometimes pays for the information and keeps it for future use. He indicated that because of what he knew about scumbags in the industry, they have tried to paint him black by claiming he was on and that no studio wanted to work with him. But that was far from the truth. I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. You don't make me the villain, not the guy that raises black children and ain't never done a hard drug in his life and don't have no stories of doing nobody and they'll just go out and lie. The industry doesn't mess with Katt because he didn't show up for the studio. No studios have ever said that. After Diddy's house was raided, many fans dug up this part of the interview and posted it across all the social media platforms. Many hailed Katt Williams for his clairvoyancy. However, others also feared him because how did he know that this year would be the year of reckoning for Diddy? Of course, he said he collected information from sources, but if Katt had deep roots in Homeland Security and got information on the raids on Diddy beforehand, then he needs to be feared. It also explains why Diddy and maybe Jay Z might want him eliminated because he appears to know too much and probably has some dirt on them. And Chapelle appears to know that too, which is why he is probably sending a warning to not only Katt Williams but also 50 Cent. Chapelle had been down that road before, and it eventually led him to South Africa to escape the claws of the establishment in Hollywood. He had to sneak out of America and hide away in the southernmost part of Africa because he knew what he was against in the industry. Hopefully, these two whistleblowers would listen to Chapelle and take their security seriously. Their fans need them to continue exposing the rot in the industry, but most importantly, their fans need them to continue entertaining them. So they hope Katt and 50 will stay around for a long time. This brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching.